spend some time on each of your organizations, and I'd love for you to talk on behalf of Stupid Cancer. And we did interview and have some time with Matthew yesterday, which was incredible. But I really applaud you, because what you really have done is to not only advance this movement, but you continue to bring together and share resources and do things that I think continue to elevate and empower patients and families in a meaningful way. So I'm wondering if you could just, for those watching today, can give just an example and a little bit about what are you doing to continue to bring this community together and advance the cause of young adults.
So I think the Stupid Cancer organization has sort of chosen a couple of different platforms. One is we did take on and extend the idea of the radio show and the Stupid Cancer radio show by bringing key opinion leaders on a weekly basis. I think has really continued Selma's legacy. And it's a different conversation. It is not a basic science conversation. It's really about the resources and highlighting anyone who's doing anything good in the field. So we highlight everyone, which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
We're also about to launch something called InstaPeer, which is a new app which will try and connect, going back to that isolation and loneliness. And I think that's going to be another great advance we're doing. And we do believe in the motto, which is get busy living. So the OMG conference really was about get busy living. Now we're going to try something new next year. We're going to do something called CancerCon. Comic-Con, we're going to do CancerCon. You got to know Matthew to sort of get that. But what we want to do is, for the first time in a hotel, have one side of the hotel deal with young adult cancer patients and survivors, like the Stupid Cancer community and all our cancer patients. And the other side of the hotel, healthcare professionals. So the society is going to have a meeting at the same time in the same hotel.
I had the visions. I talked to Matthew and he told me about CancerCon, and I immediately had these visions of the Medi-Kids superheroes, coming and being a part of that, and playing the Remission 2 video games as a part of that meeting. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Critical Mass is an evolved organization. We started as the Livestrong Young Adult Alliance as a program of Livestrong in 2006. And have since, in the last couple of years, spun off into an independent organization. And I think, as the Livestrong Young Adult Alliance, it was a gathering place for all of the organizations and nonprofits and medical institutions and champions and professional societies and anyone who sort of had a mission interest in some way in young people to come together. Our function is really to continue that aggregation of the resources and the programs and the services and bring those professionals together to share knowledge, to share best practices, to build collaborations, all of those to benefit the young people. But what we also want to do is put out the information about all of those organizations and resources and services to the patient. So I think we've looked at the problem of fragmentation on the patient side, on the resource side, and on the data side, and we're trying to address that by putting all the resources into a platform that's easily navigable by a patient to put out relevant and targeted information. Here's the things that are right for you, the 26-year-old leukemia patient in Washington.
We attempt to create a community where young adults can fight cancer, so deal with the real practical issues of having a cancer diagnosis, but also embrace survivorship. So two initiative areas would be our patient navigation programs. One of the recommendations outside of the Progress Review Group report that the NCI put out that the Livestrong Young Adult Alliance implemented was to pilot and identify navigation programs that would be helpful to this population. And so right now we're successful in running 5 navigation programs in 5 of the top cancer centers in the country, and learning a lot about what the needs of these populations are. Whether you're a young mother in inner city Baltimore or a teenager that comes from an affluent family, they're all different.
I work at the Lombardi Cancer Center, which is part of Georgetown University, so if you will, we're kind of where the rubber meets the road. And in particular, I'm part of a specialized center that focuses on gastrointestinal cancers, and we have a lot of young adult patients. And I think we're doing some unique things both on the patient care side and on the research side to really think about really in a holistic way those patients. So a lot of our focus as the science is emerging around genomics of cancer is around molecular profiling of individual patients' tumors. And that's really giving us the opportunity to say, not only are you, what are the differences in you as an individual with this cancer? young adult or you know, for various other genetic reasons, and it is allowing us to be much more, develop really personalized treatments for people's care. We have a group of nurse navigators who work with every single patient who walks in the door with a GI cancer, and their role is to guide that patient through the cancer center, obviously, and that cancer journey, but really to identify appropriate resources to bring in along the way. And something that I've really tried to do is make sure that you know, thankfully all those young adult cancer resources that are out there are available to them as well.